Before this video starts, if you enjoyed this video, there are many more like it already on the channel with many more like it to come in the future, so subscribe. I'm trying to hit 125,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so I would really appreciate it. I upload daily on this channel, so if you're looking for some consistent basketball talk, this is the place for it. Also, drop a like on this video. It only takes 1 second. It makes a massive difference. Also, if the Miami Heat manage to pull off Game 3, there is going to be a second video today, but I'm not anticipating that happening. But with that out of the way, today I wanted to talk about LeBron James and Anthony Davis and where they rank as an all-time duo. The Los Angeles Lakers seem like they're going to be winning the 2020 NBA championship, so as a result, LeBron and AD are going to finally get really into the conversation of best duos in NBA history. Now, I know they haven't won it yet, but it's looking very likely that they will. Or at least I hope they do, because I've said that they were going to win it in like 3 different videos now. So I figured, why wait? Let's just have this conversation now. And I want to answer 2 questions in this video. Where do these two rank as a duo currently, or really after they win that championship, and where will they rank when they are done playing together? The second one being more of a projection, obviously, so that one's going to be a bit more looser of a guess. But LeBron James and Anthony Davis, where do they rank amongst the best duos in NBA history? Let's find out. That intro was short as fuck for my standard. So I think the easiest way to do this would be to rank the top 10 best duos in NBA history, or at least just get a rough idea of the top 10 and then compare AD and LeBron from there. Now in this case, for my ranking, I'm going to put a focus on 3 different categories. How talented the 2 players are as a combination, how well those 2 players play together, as well as what they achieve together, not longevity. Because if you're really good for 2 decades, but you don't win a championship, what does it really matter? Definitely not taking a shot at any particular duo. Also, I do want to take into account how good each player is within the duo in comparison to each other. If one player is drastically better than the other, that hurts the duo to me, so keep that in mind. But right out of the gates, I consider the best duo in NBA history to be Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. I'd argue these two with their combined talents are the top of the top in talent, but how well they play off of each other is pretty unmatched as well. Even though they had their beef off of the court, on the court it was a match made in heaven. And 3 rings in 4 years with both of them being star-level players, Kobe being a superstar player for 2 out of those 3 rings, I think that speaks for itself. God, my washer is so fucking loud. Next, jumping right into controversy, I have Steph Curry and Kevin Durant as the 2nd best duo in NBA history. I know that's going to piss off a lot of people, especially old fans and my dad. But once more, there are few duos that have this much combined talent, this close in talent, and play this well off of each other. 2 rings in 3 years would have been a three-peat if not for injury, and these guys together created the most dominant stretch of basketball by one team that I have personally seen. Third is Jordan and Pippen. I understand having them at number 2 and even in some cases number 1. However, I do not have them up there simply because I believe Scottie Pippen is overrated, because his lack of scoring talent in the half court really held him back as a player and held this duo back from being dominant outside of just the fast break and on the defensive end. Also, I don't think they played as well off of each other as many other duos, and there's much less of an even load between these two, especially considering the second three-peat where Scottie couldn't score for shit in the playoffs for 3 straight championships. But 6 rings in 6 finals appearances, the best defensive duo, at least perimeter defensive duo in the history of the league by a country mile, and obviously, they're an all-time great duo. I could see you having them number 2, and I could even see an argument for number 1. I just respect the fuck out of Kevin Durant and Steph Curry and what they did together, and I think Kobe and Shaq just play off of each other better. 4, you have to go Magic and Kareem. These two I have less to say about than the other duos. These are 2 top 5 players of all time, but unfortunately, a lot of Kareem's dominance slowed down with Magic. He didn't average more than 23 points a game after Magic's rookie year, so this wasn't peak Kareem. The guy was 33 when Magic was drafted, but he was certainly still really good with Magic for multiple years, and they want to get him out of championships together. After the top 4, though, it starts to get a little bit more tricky. So at number 5, I have LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. What sucks is Wade wasn't a superstar anymore by 2013, but these two were great together. It's unfortunate we didn't see these guys together longer with Wade fully healthy, but it is what it is. Basically neck and neck at 6 to number 5, I have Bird and McHale. These two I also don't have much to say about. Won 3 championships together, were a part of one of the greatest teams of all time. I believe it was the 86 Celtics. I didn't actually research that. I'm pretty certain that was the year, either that or 84. Actually, I think it was 84. I don't fucking know. You know what team I'm talking about. At 7, Bill Russell and Bob Cousy. They did win 6 championships together. They just simply don't rank as high because I don't think Bob Cousy was nearly that level of player, and he's probably like the worst player here, but yeah. Also, the Celtics were more about team basketball than they were about the duo, even if these two technically were a duo, so I think that kind of reduces the strength of them as a duo, so that's part of that. 8th is reluctantly John Stockton and Karl Malone, even though I think this relationship was partially parasitic and I think they're very overrated and I took shots at them in the intro. You cannot deny 20 years together. Ridiculous durability from both of them to the point where they only played like 40 games not together in their careers combined. But they also didn't win a championship, and John Stockton is the most overrated player in the history of basketball. At 9, I have Kareem and Oscar Robertson. This was an older Oscar, but this was a peak Kareem. They unfortunately did not play many years together, but they did get a ring together, and I believe it was 1973. I gotta stop saying years without actually fact-checking it, but I think it was 1973. And at 10, I'm going to do a two-way tie between some Duncan teammates, Duncan and David Robinson, and Duncan and Tony Parker. I really can't decide between those two. Duncan and Tony Parker played together longer, but Duncan and the Admiral at their peaks together were much better than those two. Both of these would be higher if not for Duncan being just a way better player for all but one season with both of these guys. So that's my top 10, roughly anyways. Don't go too hard at me because I kind of just threw this together. I think it's right, but if I had more time to think about it, maybe I'd make some adjustments. So where would Anthony Davis and LeBron James rank after winning 1 championship together in this year's finals? Well, initially, I gotta say they passed both of the Duncan duos. David was only really good for one of the rings that they won together, and I'd consider LeBron and AD more talented in totality, so they win that one. And Duncan and Parker were only really both at their peaks for 1 ring in 2007. So that's that one. Kareem and Oscar are also a single ring duo. I think LeBron and Anthony Davis combined are slightly more talented, and it's a single ring again. Kareem was at his peak, Oscar was on the tail end of his career. I'd give this one to LeBron and Anthony Davis. Now, are they a better all-time duo than John Stockton and Karl Malone? Well, that's where I think this conversation gets interesting, because we're comparing a 20-year duo versus a 1-year duo. However, we're also comparing a duo that won a ring together in comparison to one that didn't. So, I think I have to put LeBron and Anthony Davis just above those two. But I just simply cannot put them over Russell and Cousy because they won multiple championships together and had multiple years together winning those championships. So that would put LeBron and Anthony Davis solidly as the 8th best duo in the history of basketball. But where will they rank in a few years? Let's say these guys win 3 rings together. The 2020 championship, the 2021 championship, and then one inside of the next 3 years following. And let's assume LeBron is only like 75% of what he was for that 3rd one. Where would that put them? Well, move over Russell and Cousy. I understand they won twice the amount of championships in this hypothetical, but I just think LeBron and Anthony Davis are more talented in total. So that gets that one out of the way. Then for Bird and McHale, well, I think LeBron, as of right now and in obviously all time, is better than Larry Bird, and I think Anthony Davis is a little bit better than prime Kevin McHale. Just speaking as talents in that last one, and this hypothetical has these two winning 3 rings as well, so I gotta give that one to Bron and AD because Anthony Davis moves up the ladder all time in this hypothetical. Then the really interesting one is LeBron James and Dwayne Wade versus LeBron James and Anthony Davis. This is a conversation I've seen multiple talking heads have on TV. Well, actually, I've seen clips of it on Twitter because I don't watch those shows, which is why I find it hilarious this when people accuse me of getting my opinions from things like First Take and ESPN, because those are garbage programs that I do not watch. But this has been a debate. Who is the best LeBron teammate? Obviously, right now, Dwayne Wade gets that title, but say LeBron and AD win 3 championships, what is it then? Anthony Davis, assuming he plays at this level for the next few years and gets those 3 rings, he will become LeBron's best teammate. Now, Wade was a little bit better than Davis for like a year and a half or 2 if you want to be nice, but with a few years and an extra ring on him, I'd have to give that particular matchup to Anthony Davis. However, now we have to compare LeBron to LeBron. And in this case, 2010 to 2014 LeBron is better than 2020 LeBron. In fact, 2013 LeBron was the best version of LeBron. So talent-wise, I kind of have these two neck and neck. However, with that extra ring, I just simply have to push them one spot above because they won 3 rings, not 2. But after that, I gotta stop. There's just simply no way that I can put them over Magic and Kareem unless they won more than 3 championships. Magic and Kareem won 5 together. That's a hard thing to overtake, even if Kareem was a little bit older for those. So that means my take is that LeBron and AD, by the time they are done playing together, will be a top 5 duo of all time. There's absolutely no way that they crack into the top 3. Maybe they could pass Magic and Kareem, but they are solidly 5th. And as for where they stand after they win this year's finals, they would be the 8th best duo of all time. But that's obviously just my opinion. Feel free to let me know what you think. Maybe don't be a dick about it, which I'm sure multiple people are going to be because that's YouTube for you. But if you want to support this content outside of just your like and subscription, I do have a Patreon. I just got a $25 donor, which, like, dude, why'd you give me that much money? But if you want to go give me a little bit less than that, or, you know, you could give me $1 million if you want, go follow me on Patreon. I have extra content over there. I'm setting up a Discord server. I need to actually start setting up that Discord server instead of just saying that I'm going to do it because I keep putting it off, but that's going to be there eventually. There is a 2K talk over there with my philosophy on coaching in the NBA, how I feel about that. For $3, you can get in and watch that and get access to... What the fuck are they doing out there? Yo! My family won't shut the fuck up, but you know what I'm trying to say. That's the end of this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe for more NBA content like this, and cue the outro music. God, they're fucking annoying.